All right, what's going on, everybody? I wanted to show you how to sync your Wealthery Reach with your Wealthery Connect. So they're obviously two very easy tools to use. The first thing you're going to want to do is go to third-party integrations, and you'll see there is an integration that'll be unchecked that says Wealthery Connect. In order to connect it, you're going to need your API key. Now, to get that, I'll just start this bad boy over. You go to Settings, and then underneath this first little section, it'll populate here in a second, you will have right here your API key. This is just allowing the two softwares to talk. You click this little copy to clipboard, paste it in here, hit connect. For me, the next question that you would have is tag sync option. So do you want to sync your tags across both accounts? I like to do that. That way, if I tag somebody in Connect, it will send that information to Reach and update them. You don't have to do that if you don't want to for now. And so you can see I can automatically sync those tags, hit save, and we're good. So now I want to make it so that anytime somebody joins my group and I get their email address, that it automatically adds them to Wealthery Connect. So we're going to do a couple of things. The first thing we have to do is set up an automation that allows us to do this. So we're going to hit create workflow, start from scratch. We can call this joined group workflow, whatever your initial workflow is. And this is actually going to trigger off a bunch of events. Joined group workflow. So now, as soon as somebody joins the group, we approve them on Facebook. So I'll just kind of, again, I want to make sure everybody has a full understanding of how all this works over the shoulder. And right here. So this group I've already approved everybody. Let's go with this one. So as you can see, anytime I hit this green button, it's going to add them to my Wealthery Reach. That's the whole point of all of this, obviously. So now, when I approve this lead, you can see they gave me their email address. When I approve that lead, it's going to go into a pipeline in here. And what I can do is go to webhooks. So again, this is under your settings, and you just go to webhooks. And I'm going to create a new webhook that says send lead details. Okay. We can also do it with create or update a lead. So we're going to do this one with sending. So create the webhook. So anytime a lead enters one of the stages, and we're just going to choose the stage where all of our new group members get added. So this one right here, imported prospects. So anytime I approve a member here, it adds them to this step in this pipeline. I hit save. And well, I'm going to say new member for my group. But now what we've got to do is we've got to set that up in Connect. So we've got the start of it right here. Now in Connect, we're going to hit add new trigger, inbound webhook. So you can see right there, I can capture that URL. I am going to paste it in here. So what that's going to do is it's going to, anytime Wealthery Reach gets new data from a new subscriber, it's going to send all of that data to this URL. And I'm telling Wealthery Connect, watch the information that comes to this website. We're going to want that. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save so I can fetch sample. So actually what I have to do here is hit send test data. Boom. Now I go back to Reach, check new requests, and you can see it sent a request with data. So I can capture it, and it's going to let me get all of the other information. So you can see every piece of data about the subscriber is listed in there. So I can get their email address, job title, telephone, anything that I have about them, it's going to be in there. I can hit save trigger. And so now we're going to create a contact. We need their first name. And that is going to be with the lead first name. We're going to get their last name. That is going to be, again, from last name. Now, the reason, what we're actually doing right now is what's called mapping the fields. So whenever somebody becomes a new lead for you on your Facebook, it's just going to map it and send it this way. The most important things that we need are name, email, and just name and email. So inbound webhook trigger. email. And so again, I can add other things to this, but in general, I'm only really going to have their first name, last name, and email address. I hit save action, and now we are done. I can go ahead and publish this. And what's great about this, though, is I can also build all of the other automations that I want off of this one trigger. So now, let's just give you an example. Let's say I want to send them a welcome email. I can go down here, send email, right? So let's just say I customize this whole email, save it. Hold on. Welcome to the Paid Content Creators Group. Info inside. Okay, now this would be my email. Save changes. Okay, so now what I can do, and this is where you get into marketing. This is where you get into understanding how to make more money. This is how you get into building a real business. Now I can do a lot of different things, and I really got to consider what I want that to do, right? Do I want to personally reach out? I could add a task for myself to reach out to this person. I could assign them to a different team member in my company. I mean, there's a lot that you could do. I could also, just at its most basic, I mean, really, just at its most basic, I add wait. I'm going to wait 5 hours, and then I am going to send another email, right? So, like, again, most core basic, I can actually make it to where I send an email, wait a few hours, send another one, wait a day, send another one, wait a day, send another one. And this way I know whatever it is that I want my subscribers to know about my advertising, what I'm promoting, I can put in these emails. Now, just to kind of give you an overview, this first one is what I call indoctrination email. Now, this first email, the purpose of this email is to let everyone know what we do in our group and the purpose of the group. So again, the purpose of your group should be to help them learn more about this digital side hustle, this business, whatever it is that you're doing. So I'm going to do that. We can cover what we've done in our group. So show some existing posts you've made with good value. So if you've ever done live, if you have a rules post, if you have a welcome post, any of that, share it, and you can actually link directly to it. We can cover what we are doing in our group, showcase the things that every member can and should do at all times. So again, I can tell them, hey, you know, this is the rules you want to follow. We can cover what we are going to do in our group. Showcase the main goals for group members. So in this case, I would tell them, look, you know, once you actually go through the training, you're going to want to make posts, show how much you're making, whatever. Then we will link to the main training program that we recommend. Okay? So that's email number one. Boom. I'm going to wait, and then I could send another email that tells a little bit of a story. In this email, I could tell my story a bit more. I also think you could tell your story in email 1, and in email 2, you can just kind of get right after it, and you could use the phrase like, oh, I forgot to tell you, as your subject line, right? So subject, boom. That way they see the email and they're like, oh yeah, okay, he forgot to tell me something, she forgot to tell me something. And now I can say, you know, something to the effect of, maybe tell your story about how painful it was that you waited before joining the program. Anything that you can do to get them to take action immediately, right? Save action. Okay, now next. Now we can do the same thing. Again, we can hit a wait stage. So let's just go here, wait. Let's go 19 hours because we already waited 5 hours for the first one. We're going to go 24 hours from the time that they subscribed, and now we can hit them with another one. And again, we can kind of get into the nitty-gritty here, but what I like to do is I focus 80% of my emails on story, logic, and looking to get someone to understand why the program I am promoting is a necessity. The final 20% of my follow-up emails will push scarcity of some kind. Now, this is hard to do if you don't have control of the offer. Obviously, our offer isn't going anywhere, but what you can do is you can tell people, push logic promotion. What you can do is you could tell people, hey, I have a special bonus where if you join, you get access to my community, whatever you want to do, and you can take that away from them. So, hey, you've only got 24 more hours to join or else you lose access to my community. But as you can see, it's kind of cool because now in this training, what I've shown you is every new group member, as soon as I hit approve, they're going to get added to a pipeline here. Now I just got to hit save, so this is done. Okay. So now they're going to get added to a pipeline. Anytime they get added to the pipeline for my, just joined my group, anytime they get added to that pipeline, bang, they're going to be added into here. And it's going to create a lead in my platform. It's going to send them an email. It's going to wait, send them an email, wait, send them an email. Again, I urge you guys to learn what all you can do. So this is more like contact field stuff that you can do. You can add a tag. You can assign it to a user in your system. You can add notes to their profile, add a task to do something, all of that, right? You can kind of ignore most of this if you don't have a purpose for what you're doing on here. So like if you don't have a reason to add a tag to them, you don't really have to. Tags are great because you can trigger other automations off of a tag. But we continue on down here. If we had the phone number, we could send an SMS. If we wanted to notify ourselves in Slack, we could do that. If we wanted to call them, if we had their phone number, we could call them. Wanted to send them a voicemail, we could. If this was all happening in Messenger, we could reply to them in Messenger. Same with Instagram DM. So again, a lot of really cool stuff you can do. And again, we could fire off a webhook. That's for developers. Don't worry about it if you don't know what that means. Then we've got some, what we would call, internal tools. So if the person said this, do that. If they do that, do this. Split based on criteria. A lot of this, again, you're not going to really have to do a lot with this. There is an option for you to be able to add an ChatGPT to it. You see here we've got the AI appointment booking bot, so you can do some really cool stuff with that. And you can update an opportunity. So again, one of the things that I would suggest is creating opportunity channels in your platform. So I've got a pipeline, all sales, and then I could say they purchased a product and hit save. And so I could also rearrange this step. I'm just going to go ahead and delete it. But you can kind of play around with exactly what you can do from this step forward. It's actually really, really incredible. You could add them to a custom audience in Facebook. Another thing I highly suggest. So every new group member gets added to your custom audience on Facebook, which is incredible. You can do the same thing to Google Analytics. You could grant them affiliate access to your affiliate system. You could grant them access to a course. If you had a free course that you give all of your group members, you could actually just do that right here and grant them access. It's really pretty incredible, if you ask me. So yeah, that's pretty much what we're looking at. I can go ahead and hit save on this. And now, as long as it's published, anytime I add a new group member, it will add them into this system. And I can go to my execution logs and I'd be able to see how many times people have gone through and what actions have been performed. And now I just want to paint the picture here. So in this video, I was able to show you how to turn new group members into, obviously we have leads here in Wealthery Reach. So let's go in here. So we have leads in here, which is a great way to just kind of see where somebody is. And again, like if they say yes, you can reach out to me. I put them over here and my team can message them. But even better than that, and kind of a more lazy strategy, which I think is amazing, we set up a webhook that sends that data to Wealthery Connect, And now Connect is going to grab that lead and we can start sending emails, wait, email. And now we are impressing upon them the reason that they should go buy this program. So again, just by getting a lead in your group, you are going to automate the process of turning them into customers for whatever you are promoting. So again, that is why you want to do whatever you can to grow your group. I hope this helps. Feel free to watch this as many times as you need to get that webhook dialed in, and we'll see you soon.